here I am at the pub, which I can never remember.
The Brunswick.
The Brunswick. I keep on calling it the Basingstoke. I have no idea. The Brunswick, which is a brilliant pub dancers. You've got to come and see it. It's just unbelievable. And with Broken Tusk.
Yes.
Excellent. Right. Just been giving me a bit of background about how you got together. So if you'd like to explain it again, how you all met and where did you start
Mutual
from?
friends from school since we were 13?
Yeah, man.
And then we've known each other since pre-junior school, but we had,
we were
sort of
3 or 4 when we
drifted
met
apart, then drifted again. We picked Ollie up from a hedge.
Yeah.
Where he was living.
Recruited into a band,
via a mutual friend.
My mate had a video of me playing the drums, and Matt was out on the piss with him, and my mate John ended up playing it to him, and then like, oh well, we're after a drummer. So that's where that started.
We'll have him.
Yeah.
We jumped on Ollie fairly quickly. We'd been searching for a drummer for
Poor
a
guy.
year and a half on that point.
Yeah.
Turns out he couldn't support the weight of 3 fully grown men.
Didn't drum for months. But no, we all know each other. Well, other than Ollie, for a fairly long time, because the 3 of us went to senior school and then Ollie came along.
Yeah.
But we all just click. It was.
We're all enormous dorks.
That's
one of the biggest
Colossal nerds.
It was
Part
Mike
nerd,
and
part
I were
rocker.
doing an acoustic thing. We were just messing around with a couple of things.
And then we decided.
And then he mentioned to me on the internet that he and Matt were trying to start a metal thing, and I was like, oh, I'll come along to that. I wanted to be part of a metal thing, and I just completely party crashed it.
In the first hour and a half, we wrote a song and a half, which is pretty unusual. We thought, actually, this is probably going to be better than the acoustic stuff. Let's carry on doing
Drop
this.
the acoustic thing. And yeah,
that was
early
3 years
2010,
ago.
Yeah.
God,
Early 2010.
Jesus.
And we've been kind of going since then. Didn't have a gig for a little while, obviously, because we didn't have Ollie, we didn't have a drummer, so it was we were just practicing in Mike's room in his parents' house where he was living at the time. But everything sort of just clicked.
And have you recorded anything, or are you planning?
Yeah, we've
Yes.
got an EP
Yeah.
that's up on our SoundCloud at the moment, and that's 4 tracks. We've released a couple of tracks from our album. Got a friend of ours called Alden Beckett, who is an absolutely fantastic metal producer.
He's a wizard.
Absolutely
Mr.
brilliant.
Wizard.
Mr. Wizard, that's the nickname that he's earned. But we're recording at the moment. We've got another 3 or 4 tracks to go.
Yes.
And they're all ones that have been written mostly by Matt.
Yeah, because everyone else is too scared to learn
Which
them.
makes us feel like
Leave the hard
killing
parts to last.
ourselves.
I write quite a lot of the music so far, but I write these kind of very basic, just
Chuggy
chuggy
songs.
stomping riffs, because that's what I listen to. And
Matt's
then Matt comes along and he
completely
writes these real tech death metal stuff, and we're all just like, no, we're not playing that. He's like, yes, you are.
One of the songs we're playing tonight, Matt and I started learning it first, and I think, Pete, you might have been sick for that practice or something, but it's called Shades of the Dead. We're playing it tonight, in fact.
Yeah.
And we ran out of descriptive words. We had pre-chorus, pre-verse, chorus, verse, bridges, bridge 1, bridge 2. So we just
Rago riff.
We got Rago riff and the
riff is
pre-ness in
Rago.
there as well. Because I just got fed up of trying to describe them. It's like, well, there aren't really choruses or verses.
Which
and I
bit
just
is
went, oh great, it's one of them. It's always really
good.
technical stuff. Yeah.
So, when do you think your recording be ready?
Hopefully the end of this.
We're
Hopefully the
looking
end of the year.
at releasing the album the end of this year, early next year, I think.
Right.
We're
We just need to organise the time to meet up with
Is it-
Alden and get it done. Man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
We've got-
because
we
we all
know-
work.
we know
that's
the
the
tracks,
problem,
so
yeah.
Yeah, we are very
Just about
much a
getting it
jobbing
done.
band,
Yeah.
so it's kind of trying to get a time where because we all record in Stroud, which isn't that far away. It's just getting logistically the time where we can all get there at the same time and kind of sort things out. But we're hoping end of this year.
Brilliant.
We need to start learning your tracks. That's one of the things.
Yeah.
We need to bite the bullet and just think,
Put some
just
time
do
into
it.
being able to play my instrument properly.
I wish I'd learned to play this. It would make things so much easier.
So you're playing here tonight. What other gigs and things have you got lined
Oh,
up?
we've got a few.
Well,
Quite
next
a
one's
few now,
Dave
yeah.
Fest, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's,
yeah,
that thing down at the lower load in Tewkesbury. There's a friend of all 3 of us knew him. You knew him by reputation,
Yeah,
but a guy
yeah.
called Dave Lord who killed himself last year. It's a very good friend of all of ours, and they put on a festival for him that we're going to play at.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to be there. Then we've got one on the 16th in Cheltenham.
It's going to be the first time we're playing Cheltenham.
Yeah.
That's the
Playing with
13th,
our-
not the 14th. Sorry, I
with
keep
our-
getting that mixed up.
Playing with our
Yeah.
friends in Edenfall, really good band, really good like symphonic metal.
Couple
And we're
at the
putting on
Guildhall
that
in
gig
June.
at the Guildhall, aren't we? We're
Yeah.
putting on
Two in June in the
There
Guildhall.
is.
Yeah. 2nd of June at the Guildhall, we're playing a thing called Massacre Fest, which is a load of bands. It's going to be an all-day
Yeah, it's an
kind of
all-day
I think.
thing.
Then this one
And
on the 8th,
then
isn't it?
on the
Is it
8th
the
of
8th?
June, we are playing with some very good friends, Avenge the Heartache, who are getting quite big at the moment. It's a sick band.
Yes.
Kairos and Awake by Design, also a really good symphonic metal band. And that's
Adrian
gonna
Powell
be a
is
really good
a beautiful man.
gig. Yeah, the lead singer. I've known him again since sort of
Yeah, we've both known him
since
for absolutely
before
ages.
infant school.
The
So.
Gloucester metal scene is very inbred. Very inbred. Much like the everything
Apart
Gloucester
from,
scene.
apart from the
Yeah,
fact we're
well,
not
it's
actually
forest.
mating with each other.
No, not yet.
But no, yeah, so we've got those two at the Guildhall. What else are we doing? We're doing...
Oh, we're playing here with...
Oh, yeah, Hellbound.
Hellbound.
Playing here
of course,
again with
of course.
Hellbound.
When's that? Is that April 2?
No, it's in May
Is it
the
May
11th.
May the 11th with
yeah.
Hellbound, the infamous Hellbound. Brilliant bunch of guys. Good to party with. So yeah, really looking forward to it. It's the most gigs we've ever had.
Yeah, we've
Lined
got
up.
them like
Yeah.
lined up now, just
until
ready
now,
to knock them
up
down.
until now,
Yeah.
it's been kind of here and there. Like we get a gig here, and some do a couple of months of practicing again. And there's another guy will come up to us, and, "Oh, do you want to play with us?" And, yeah, cool. But now it's kind of we've got like 6 booked. It's really exciting. It's
We're
cool.
hoping they'll turn into more contacts as well. Because
Yeah.
I just feel like Lee
Yeah.
Pyatt's a great guy, but he's one of the few blokes that we know for metal
Yeah,
promotion.
he's a legend.
Yeah, he's like the
So
one
that's-
dude putting on metal at the one metal pub in Gloucester. So it takes, do you mean it takes
We
so
should've been-
long to kind of for all the bands to kind
We
of
made a
get
poor
round and
decision.
play again.
To be born in Gloucester.
Yeah,
that was
I
a poor
know.
decision on our parts. Really.
Born in Cheltenham.
But, oh God!
Why
I
didn't
didn't
he stay
know
there?
we need a new drummer. I'm kidding.
Yeah. Bum, bum, bum.
Shit.
Cheltenham.
This is we always ask like a fantasy question.
Oh yeah.
Interesting.
And if you could play any venue in the world
Oh God.
Download.
with any band, dead or alive,
Oh, Cannibal Corpse.
supporting you,
Oh, supporting
headliner,
us.
your headliner supporting you, who would it be?
Oh, that's not fair. It took me too long to answer that question. Oh,
Oh God.
So
It'd
you
have
said
to be-
download, didn't you?
Download would be
download
good.
definitely. I've been at this moment 6 years in a row this year. I'm
Right.
going so.
Have
to be download.
What about?
Oh, yes.
How was your tent last year?
Oh man, very muddy actually. Funnily enough,
We know the
it was
feeling.
horrendous, wasn't it? Oh my
Was it?
god.
Is it Bloodstock? That's the one I'm thinking of. Isn't it? That's like a sort of heavier one. We'd
Head
probably
Bloodstock,
fit in
yeah.
quite well down there. That would be good. But who's supporting us?
I don't know,
See, that,
maybe
that kind of thing
supported
makes me
by,
feel very like. Because I'm not very good at the whole, oh, we could have such and such, because I feel really arrogant. So.
You are really arrogant.
Cannibal
though.
Corpse would be fantastic.
There you go.
Yeah, well, I think they're a lot heavier than we are.
Yeah, that's
do you know what I
true.
mean? Not-
Who,
I reckon
A
The thing
different
is-
type
Black
of heavy, I
Sabbath.
think.
the thing is about us is, not to sound too conceited here, but there's no band that we found
You
that's
struggle
quite...
with that.
Yeah. I do struggle with that, but I'm just a bassist, so
Yeah.
it keeps it in check,
Yeah,
fortunately.
Go for that.
But there aren't many bands that are quite like us, like because of all the different bits and pieces we do. Because that's the one thing that Lee said is what we do is quite unusual because it's really heavy, but there are bits of it where it's more melodic.
Sludge,
and-
he's described it as.
Yeah.
And
go for
the
it,
other thing
helpful
is,
leather.
all of our lyrics are like fantasy lyrics or alternative history lyrics or Greek mythology.
Yeah.
Based
We're a
around
big bunch of
conspiracy
nerds.
theories. What was it you said that inspires you? Rocks and old bones.
Rocks and old bones, mate, all over it.
Yeah.
Computer games.
Yeah.
Uh,
We're all massive nerds, basically.
Yeah.
Massive
different
nerds.
ways.
I've read
I
far
think-
too many fantasy books. That's part of my problem.
I think I'd like to play somewhere like.
Stonehenge.
Oh,
I
yes.
think more recently, I'd like to play the
Download that.
Olympic Stadium, and I'd like to play with Slipknot.
Good shout. Good shout.
Yeah, that's probably quite good. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with that. Yeah, one thing I was thinking is just get a band who's like a bit like us, just much, much worse. And then when we come on afterwards, we were like, "Haha, look at those guys. No, you
Just
couldn't
where
do
they're
that.
just squeeze the head
This
back
is why
out
we
of
don't
it.
let him talk to people.
Yeah. Normally we put tape across his mouth and
Yeah.
the bassist didn't say anything.
Yeah, that's hurtful, but a good idea.
Yeah.
I think Download, probably supported by Black Sabbath, would be pretty sick.
Supported by Sabbath. That would make him very
They were
angry.
amazing. They were so good when I saw them at Download.
Yeah.
The
What about you?
riffs.
Or Led Zeppelin, maybe.
Aye.
That'd be pretty
Yeah,
good.
I can't think of
Led
any bands that
Zeppelin.
I'd want particularly. So I suppose it'd be one of the, if there was anyone that we've gigged with before, maybe, that we could bring along as well, if it's a fancy gig like Avenge the Heartache.
Oh,
Not
I
that
love playing with those guys.
Yeah.
So they're a nice bunch of lads, definitely.
Really good band as well.
Right. Well, thank you very much for giving us your time.
No
That's
problem.
all right, no
What
worries,
time
thank
you're
you.
on, so I don't want to.
We're on
Hold you up too
next.
About 9, I think.
9. Just quick dash downstairs.
What? I think
Sweet.
it's just gone like 20 past 8, so we should be fine.
Sweet.
Sounds like there's a
Yeah.
band playing downstairs now rather than music. So.
Cool.
Anyway, thank you
Cheers.
very
Yeah,
much.
thanks
all
very
right.
much.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And we'll be watching you downstairs.
you.
So.